You best start believing in Orwellian technocratic hellscapes because trust me, you're living in one. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what we've got from Disclosed TV. Here we see U.S. Special Operations Command USSOCOM has contacted a New York-based AI firm to deploy Argus, a system to detect and neutralize real-time disinformation threats on social media. They're going to be using AI to detect shit posts and go after memers. This is going to be unbelievable. And then they'll go ahead and demonize you and say that you went and acted out of line because they had to neutralize what you had to say because it counted as disinformation under the threat detection of this new AI. Quite fascinating. Let's go ahead and get into these articles and see what we have. From the Defense Post, we have the U.S. Special Operations Command has contracted New York-based Decree AI to deploy software that detects real-time disinformation threats on social media. What does it mean by real time? Is it just as you post it, or is it going to be following the line of logic that it's seeing things you've posted in the past and then assuming that you will do these things in the future and giving your account information over to the military? That's something that needs to be understood, because if that's the case, that's Minority Report levels of investigation. You're going to be accused of something and monitored before you've even committed the crime. Here we see it says disinformation threats on social media. So this is made to be deployed to detect in real time disinformation threats on social media. What is it that they're considering a threat? What is it they're considering disinformation? Because these are things that can be incredibly nebulous that will be used to the ends of whatever company desires to bend it to whatever narrative is suitable at the time. The company's Argus anomaly detection AI software analyzes social media data, accurately capturing emerging narratives and generating intelligence reports for military forces to speedily neutralize disinformation threats. Doesn't really give any further information on that. It says synthetic media, including AI-generated viral narratives, deepfakes, and other harmful social media-based applications of AI, pose a serious threat to U.S. national security and civil society, says the Accrete founder and CEO. Social media is widely recognized as an unregulated environment where adversaries routinely exploit reasoning vulnerabilities and manipulate behavior through the intentional spread of disinformation. I do not like the way they were going to bend this. USSOCOM is at the tip of the spear in recognizing the critical need to identify and analytically predict social media narratives at an embryonic stage before those narratives evolve and gain traction. As I said, they're going to be trying to understand this and use a Minority Report level of processing to try and see who's going to do what before they do it. Accrete is proud to support USSOCOM's military mission. The U.S. Department of Defense first partnered with Accrete on the Argus platform's licensing contract in November of 2022. Enterprise versions for business of this go with. The company has also revealed that it will launch an enterprise version for Argus Social for disinformation detection later this year. The AI software will provide protection for urgent customer pain points against AI-generated synthetic media, such as viral disinformation and deepfakes. Providing their protection requires AI that can automatically learn what is most important as an enterprise and predict the likely social media narratives that will emerge before they influence behavior. Nebula Social helps construct and manage AI-generated media risks, such as smear campaigns, according to the company. And I can see how that would work for something like political campaigns or something like a business where you have let's say someone's going to take over some massive marketing firm. In the process of doing so, a story gets spread, and it's an absolute lie. It's not grounded or based in fact. They could use something like this to filter it out and effectively destroy it before it becomes relevant. And this really goes with what I've said before, and this has been said many times. I'm certainly not the first to say it. The thing is, the reason why a lie has so much power is because a lie will get halfway around the world before a truth is even put on its shoes. So, it says it also autonomously generates speedy, relevant content to counter such malicious attacks. Oh my god, it's going to literally create government propaganda to counter the things that government doesn't want people to hear. Government agencies and enterprises alike have an urgent need to manage a plethora of risks and opportunities posed by AI-generated synthetic media. Companies are already experiencing significant economic damage caused by the spread of AI-generated viral disinformation and deepfakes manufactured by competitors, disgruntled employees, and other types of adversaries. We believe that the market for AI can predict and neutralize malign AI-generated synthetic media is about to explode. Okay, what I find interesting about this is the fact that they're talking about using AI to detect AI. If that's actually the case, that will be incredibly interesting, because then it will filter out the market and make sure that the natural consumer will be able to make things, and they will be able to use systems that are created by AI to filter out to make sure that things produced by these systems will no longer actually be affecting you because they will not be dominating in the market. That's interesting, but I don't believe that's going to be the nature of what happens. It says government agencies and enterprises alike have an urgent need to manage a plethora of risks and opportunities posed by AI-generated synthetic media. What if they just start categorizing everything that people are doing that they disagree with as, well, this is just AI generated synthetic media? Well, yeah, there might be some relevance and grounding to the narrative behind the story, but realistically, it was started by an algorithm produced by an AI, so we can't allow that to proliferate. So we're going to have to go ahead and snub that so no one can talk about it. That's very much what I expect to happen when it comes to this. And then we have another article right here. It says U.S. Special Operations Command awards a Crete AI contract for Agent Argus to detect disinformation threats. And this is relatively going over the exact same thing. It's from Yahoo Finance, and it's also PR Newswire. I'm not going to be going into this. As I said, relatively goes through the same thing. There isn't too much information about this right now, which is why everyone's talking about effectively the same thing. But what we need to talk about is the nature of what will come behind the shield that this will bear. This is going to be something that will be a major Trojan horse for the capacity for so many different companies, and especially government institutions, to stop people from having certain conversations, all because they've deemed it generated by AI. Because they will have a system that will be able to detect it, and they will be able to install the parameters themselves. And the thing that really makes me so concerned about this is all they're going to have to do is narrow its filter. All they're going to have to do is give it a certain cone of vision to look out for specific things, and it's going to pick out the people that government doesn't like en masse. That's all I've got for this. Go ahead, tell me where I'm wrong in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. This is a major threat to the nature of people's liberty and autonomy on the internet. People will no longer be able to do freely what they once did, which will be effectively talk with anonymity, because they will be being analyzed by government algorithms. On top of that, government-based AI. Well, that's all I've got. Thanks for watching. Peace out.